Regarding the food poisoning, it means also called a foodborne illness, like caused by the eating contaminated food. Infection organisms, including the bacteria, viruses, and parasites, are maybe possible. Their toxins are the most common cause of the food poisoning. Describing into two types, non-bacterial and bacterial, as in non-bacterial cause like a chemical, arsenic, certain plants, seafoods. Recently growing concern about the contamination food like of fertilizer, pesticides, cadmiums, and the mercury types things are the included in the non-bacterial. Other one is the bacterial. Bacterial is like a salmonella, staphylococcus, botulism, perfidins, and the bacillus cereus is the non-bacterial infection in the food pipe. First one is the Salmonella, extremely common type of the food poisoning caused by the Salmonella enteric bacterium, more common in the summer than in the winter. It's a favorable season of the Salmonella is the summer. Sources are meat, milk, and the milk products, eggs products, like a dairy products. All are the infected due to infection of the Salmonella. Uh, there is an incubation period is 12 to 24 hours. Sign and symptom is normally others in all over the infections is the same, like a low grade fever, abdominal pain, diarrhea, vomiting, and chills. 5 to 72 hours is the incubation period in the salmonella, and so it's a very critical period in which the
Hello.
diagnosis is a patient and the history of the patient's stool culture is the most important. Macroscopic examinations like a leukocytes and occluded blood we see. Treatment in this we give the supporting treatment, fluid and electrolytes. No antibiotic does not alter. Prolong the carrier state. Do not give the anti-motility drugs because they do the irregularity of the enzymes or the other action in a
सर आवाज
stomachite.
क्लियर नहीं आ रही है.
एडमिशन भी नहीं होंगे, एडमिशन फिल होगा या पलाने होगा.
Mechanism is a enterotoxin act as a suppressions, stimulate intense in the cytokine productions, toxin shock like a syndrome, sign and symptoms. In a staphylococcus, we discussed is food poisoning is now staphylococcus. Abdominal cramps is the most important. Nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea onset is a common in the every bacterial infection, and there is a 2 to 6 hour incubation period in the staphylococcus. Treatment: drain infected area by the uh, help of the ultrasonic guideline. Deep the metastatic infections, semi-synthetic penicillins, cephalosporin, erythromycin are the most common used in the staphylococcus infection. Semi-synthetic penicillin and the aminoglycosides is the other one type is the botulism. Polystridium is also called. Botulism is a neuroparalytic disease. It means where is the involvement of the neurons or the nervous system. It is caused by the potent protection toxin released from the botulism, Clostridium. For different types, in which first one is the foodborne, caused by the eating food contain the toxin produced by the botulism. Antigenic variations type A and E is the most important. Other one is the infant. In this type, ingestion contaminated food stuff, lack of breast milk, household dust containing to the spores of the botulism, botulinum. Sorry, wound occurs when the spores in the inoculate a wound and the anaerobic conditions allow the germinations and the subsequent productions of the toxins. Where and any wound occur on the body, then after all the spores are the contaminated or the infected by the germs and they got the toxicity toxin in toxin productions in the wound, then after they are the infected in this type of the bacterial infection of the food poisoning. Underdetermined, some are the type of the underdetermined, they are the Clostridium botulinum is one pathogenic microorganism that has been researched and developed into the biological weapons also. Like in American election of the Council General in the 19th century, where was the Mr. Osho cultivated contaminated salads and distributed in the home side also at in the hotels and takeaway points of the American state. Then after every person got the food poisoning and they bacterial infection and they have ill and they can't move from the home because they have severe diarrhea at that time. They can't able to do anything from their home to outside by personally, and they can't achieve the target of the election by the voting system. But there is a resistance by the heating, freezing, and ionizing radiations. Destroyed by the boiling more than the 120 degree for the 20 minutes. Botulinum toxin is a very powerful 0.5 nanogram is a lethal dose of the botulism bacterial. Heat sensitivity is 80 degree for 30 minutes. Sign and symptoms already said that nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea is the most important, and there is a common types of the diseases. 12 48 hours is the most important, like maybe possible sometime the 14 days is the incubation period or the severity of the this botulism bacterial infection is occur. Abdominal distension is the most important. Constipation is a disease progress. Neurological disturbances occur every time, and sometimes they got the other neurological problem like at dysarthria, dysphagia, dry of the mouth, the disease progressions, descending paralysis, respiratory weaknesses, respiratory failure, and oculobulbar symptoms are the most common due to neuropathy occur after the infected by the botulism coliseum. Treatment is a very simple and very important. Stabilization of the airway first. On the basis of the history, we take any act on the basis of the history of the patient. Upper and lower GI dis- decontaminations, trivalent antitoxin is appear like A, B, E types are the appear, but we have to follow on basis of the history and their investigation and watch for the hypersensitivity in the patients. Other one is a bacteria is a Bacillus cereus. Bacillus cereus is an aerobic sporing breeding gram positive broadship present in the rice, meat, seafood, salads, potatoes, and the noodles. Incubation period is 1 to 6 hours. It means that 12 to 24 hours is long. It's a very short type of the bacterial in the food poisoning. Sign and symptom like nausea and vomiting and abdominal cramps is a common. This usually lasts less than the 24 hours after the onset. Treatment is a symptomatic as per need. Bacterial Clostridium perfringens, organism found in the feces of the human and animal and in the soil, water, and in the air. High risk food, raw meat, cooked meat dishes, and poultry is a very important. There is an incubation period is a 6 to 24 hours, but sometimes 10 to 14 peak hours is a very important. Whereas the severity may be possible, it dangerous. Signs are the Bucker. But normally signs and symptoms are onset after 8 to 24 hours, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and the nausea. This usually lasts 12 to 48 hours. But sometimes they, under condition and under infection, due to infections, maybe possibly severity may more severe. Differential diagnosis may possible because sometimes we lost the patient life or we misdiagnose the patients like a differential food poisoning may be mistaken for cholera, acute bacillary dysentery, and chemical arsenic poisoning types are the occur. These are the differential diagnosis of the food poisoning. Investigation for the food poisoning, depending on your symptoms and the health history, may conduct the diagnostic tests such as a blood test, stool culture, or the examination for the parasites to identify the cause and confirm the diagnosis. In some cases, the cause of food poisoning can't be identified. General measures of the for the prevention, clean and store the produce properly, prepare food properly, cooking adequately as per the need of the heat, use the general hygienic procedures while the handling of the food, eat cooked food properly, restrict the carriers from the food preparations, protect food from the insect rodents, use safe water every time for the cooking of the any food. There are the three factors must be considered in the prevention sides: microbial pathogens and the disease, their reservoir. Each pathogen has particular reservoir. Their mode of transmission, like feces, plays the key role. Oral fecal rotor, water contamination with the fecal matter. We have a need in a primary prevention, education on the health and hygiene, to key recommendations for the food and safety recommendation like a clean contain surface, fruits and vegetables, wash your hand, clean during the food preparation recommendations, to separate of the raw material cooked and the ready to eat food while shopping, preparing or the strong food. Recommendation number three is cook food to save the temperature to kill the microorganism. Cook chicken and turkey, whole birds, legs, thighs, and the wings. Sometimes we just fried only on the for 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe possible the 100 degree Fahrenheit. But there is a need of the 180 degree Fahrenheit of the heat for cooking of the any meal. Recommendation 4 is the chill. Keep food to its safe temperature, not like a slow or maybe possible sometime is a high temperature of the heat. Recommendation 5, avoid use the safe water. Sorry, use safe water and avoid the raw materials. And most important in the not use the unpasteurized milk. Secondary prevention, early diagnosis is the most important. Promote treatment and depends on the knowing the sources of the etiological agents. If we have a knowledge, if we diagnose, if we uh, identify on the basis of the patient history, then we have need to early diagnosis and treatment properly as soon as possible. The routes of transmission is the most important to have a knowledge regarding the route of transmission. Response will be different with the different types of the foodborne diseases. Not like a same in the every infection of the food poison. Who are working on the food safety and the foodborne disease in the world. Uh, the International Food Safety Authorities Network is work for the food safety, global food borne infection network, work for the infection diseases appears due to food. WHO Department of the Food Safety and the Zoonosis also working in the whole world for the development of the diseases from the food, especially from the animal sides. Main challenges which are still we are facing: poor epidemiological characterization of food hazards, foodborne diseases, and its direct and indirect impact on the public health. Inadequate public health infrastructure, including the laboratories, still we have not a proper laboratories in the Pakistan. So just they are run up in proper way of the laboratories. We have anything. We have a skilled person here in Pakistan, but we can't bother to get a proper SOPs and follow the proper instruction by the WHO or any other food agencies. Vague role of the health sector in the development of the food safety policy plans and the programs as in the essential public health functions. Other one is acute diarrheal disease. It's also related with the food poisoning. There are the outline definitions, burdens, causes, management, and the vaccine regarding the acute diarrheal disease. As per the definition recommended by the WHO, that the passage of the three or the more loose or the liquid stool per day or more frequently than is normal for the individual is called a diarrhea. Most of the people have, most of the public health professionals, most of the doctors or the practitioners have not a knowledge proper definition of the diarrhea, where from the patients are misguided or misdiagnosed. Then after they use multiple numbers of the medicines, they prescribe the multiple number of the medications which are not related to minimize the cause of the diarrhea. It is usually a symptoms of the gastrointestinal infections. It is the change of the consistency rather than the number of the stool, which is the important. There are sometimes of the diarrhea, acute watery diarrhea, which lasts several hours or the days. The main danger is the dehydration. Weight loss also occur is that feeding is not continue. If we want to proper rehydrate, then maybe possible we save the life of a person or the infected person. Other than the dysentery is the most important in the acute diarrhea. Dysentery, the main dangerous sign in during the diarrhea, damage of their intestinal mucosa, sepsis in the malnutrition and dehydrations, persistence of the diarrhea which lasts 14 days or longer than main danger is like a malnutrition, serious non-intestinal infection, or the dehydration may also occur. As per the global pattern, the diarrhea is the leading killer of the children, occurring for the 9% of the all death among the children under the age of 4. 5 worldwide as per the report of the 2015. Most deaths from the diarrhea occur among the children less than the 2 years of age living in the South Asian and the Sub-Saharan African territory. Even though the total annual number of the deaths from the diarrhea among the children under the 5 decreased by more than the 50% from over 1.2 million to half of the million in the past decades. Many more children could be saved through the basic intervention but still have a need to proper work on the acute diarrheal disease. There is a child statistics of the India. Total neonatal death like a 6 lakh 95,852. Total postnatal death are the 5 lakh 5,146. This is a chart reported at estimated cause of death due to diarrhea as reported in the 2015. Here is the statistical data of the Pakistan as you showed from the 2000 to the 2016, the current report of the 2016 which is available. They are saying that under 5-year death of due to the diarrhea is a 9% in the 2016, and in 2000 they are saying 13% death due to the diarrhea. Causal pathway like an agent, host, and the environment. It's a very important in every disease. Being an epidemiologist, being a public health professional, we follow the epidemiological steps like agent, host, and environmental factors. In acute diarrheal disease, there are first we see about the agent. In agent, there are bacterial infection, viral infection, and maybe possible the parasites. Bacterial infection like a Shigella, Escherichia coli, Salmonella, Yersinia, Vibrio, Staphylococcus, and the Colistium deficiency. In virus, rotavirus, and other viral infections occur in the diarrheal as agent. Parasites in the Entomembia, Escherichia, and the Isoporia is the most common in the parasites. As agent for the pathogenesis are the significantly associated with the moderate to the severe diarrhea, rotavirus, Cryptosporidium, Shigella is the most important. Rotavirus had the highest number of the cases compared to the any pathogen during the infancy. The estimated incidence of the moderate to the severe diarrhea is highest in India and Pakistan. Moderate to the severe diarrhea was the common in the pediatric population studied producing the more than 20 episodes per 100 child year during the each of the first 2 years of the life. And Cryptosporidium was a significant pathogen at all the sites regardless of the HIV prevalence. Host factors are that the diarrhea is the most common in the children 6 months to 2 years is a favorable age in the children for the acute diarrheal disease. Highest incidence in the 6 to 11 months, which is the period of the weaning. Like a low level of the maternity occurred, abuse, lack of activity immunity in the infants, introduction of the contaminated food, direct contact to the human and the animal feces when infant cradle, malnutrition, poverty, lack of personal and the domestic hygiene, incorrect feeding practices are the most common. These are the host factor in the childhood diarrhea. Third one is the environmental factors like seasonal pattern, tropical areas are the rotavirus throughout the year and the bacterial in the summer. Temperature areas in which the bacterial in the summer and the tropical in the winter. Mode of transmission is a very simple, already discussed in fecal oral route is the mode of transmission. Clinical features are the E. coli, watery stool. Vomiting is a common dehydration, moderate to the severe, fever often to the moderate grade, mild abdominal pain. In rotavirus, incidence onset predominant symptoms including the fever, cough, and vomiting precede diarrhea. Stool are the watery or the semi-liquid. The color is the greenish or the yellowish, typically look like a yogurt mixed in the water. Mild to the moderate dehydrations and a fever is a moderate grade in the rotavirus. In shigellosis, frequent passes of the scanty amount of the stools, mostly mixed with the blood and the mucosa, moderate to high grade fever, severe abdominal cramps, pain around the anus during the defecations, usually no dehydrations. In the shigellosis, there is a no report as a dehydration is a common. Some in a rare cases dehydration is occur. In amoebasis, offensive and the bulky stool containing mostly mucus and sometimes blood is occur. Low abdominal cramps, mild grade fever, and no dehydrations. This is a chart for assessment of the dehydrations in the A, B, and the C. We defined in the three categories the A, B, and the C. Look at the conditions: eye, thirst, feel in the skin pinch, and decide. Then treat. In plan A or the type A, well alert, normal, drinks normally, not thirsty. In type 2, restless, irritable, sunken eyes, thirsty, and the drink eagerly. And in the type 3, there is a severity. It means que lethargic position, unconsciousness sometimes, sunken eyes, drinks poorly, or not able to drink easily. When, as a practitioner, as a public health professional, as an epidemiologist, as a researcher, then after we confirm is on the basis of the examination like a field skin pinch. We pinch a skin on the abdomen or on the arm side. Goes back quickly. In the type A is normal. Gross goes back to slowly is at a mild level, and the severe level is a goes back very slowly is a very severe weather. Then when we make a plan and but it means that we decided what will be do or what will be take action accordingly under type of the severity. The patient has no signs of the dehydration. In type 2, maybe possible if the patient have two or more signs in the B, there is some dehydrations. In type 3, if the patients have two or the more signs in the C, there is a severe dehydration. Then after the last stage of the treatment, we make a plan for the treatment, use the treatment plan. A, simply rehydrate orally. In the type 2, wait the patients if they possible and use the treatment plan B. And third one is the wait the patients and use the treatment plan C urgently as soon as possible. In the plan C and have any other associate complaint, urgently report to the any nearest hospital. And some dehydration give the fluid, zinc supplement, and the food for the some dehydration in the plan B. If the child also has the Severe classification, then referred to the any nearest hospital. And no dehydration plan A, like they give the fluid, zinc, or the supplementation, or the orally rehydrate a child and give the zinc supplement for the further improvement or the intestinal to remove the intestinal problems. There are some laboratory diagnoses which are the most important in the acute diarrheal disease, like a stool microscopy, a stool culture, ELISA for the rotavirus or the immunosenescence, and maybe possible sometime we have a need for the DNA probe test to identify the E. coli strains. Management, very simple, already discussed the recommended treatment for the acute diarrhea as per the criteria decided or recommended by the WHO. Main components are the rehydrations, zinc supplements, and the nutrients-rich food. Oral rehydrations, salt solutions like ORS, was the major cause of the death in the 1829 pandemic of the cholera due to dehydration. In 1829, a major deaths occurred due to the dehydrations due to cholera, which was declared as a pandemic. IV fluid were their major and the standards line of the therapy for the dehydrations. Robert A. Philip attempt to create an effective ORT solutions, oral rehydratherapy solution, but is a solution was the extensive hypertonic. In early 1960, biochemist Robert Karen described the sodium glucose co-transport in the mechanism and its role in the intestinal glucose absorption. The World Health Organization in the 1978 launched the Global Diarrhea Disease Control Program with the ORS and the short-term objective of the reducing the mortality due to diarrhea. During the 1980s, UNICEF launched the Child Survival and the Development Revolutions, concentrating its efforts on the four potent methods of the saving children life growing, monitoring, breastfeeding, immunizations, and the use of oral rehydration salt is important. The British Medical Journal, the Lancet, they describe ORS as the potentially the most important medical advance of this century. Here is the composition of the ORS composition standards and the reduce the osmolarity ORS like a glucose, sodium, chloride, potassium, citrate, and the osmometry is the integrants for the ORS. Coverage of the ORS in the worldwide as per the report by the 2000 to 2013, it was uh, in a gray color they are showing in the report of the 2000 and the pink color is showing the 2015 report. They are saying that now we are the almost covered in every country to provide the ORS or rehydrated therapy to every child, those who infected or who affect due to the diarrhea. Treatment plan A already discussed it. In case of the non-dehydration, treatment is also to be followed. Give the child as much ORS as can take after the each loose stool. Children under 2 years of the age, 500 to 100 ml, a quarter to half large cup of the fluid. Children age 2 cup, 2 up to the 10 years, 100 to the 200 ml. Older children is the adults as much fluid as they want. Zinc supplement and the nutrient intake is the most important. There is a treatment plan B, the SM in the treatment plan A. Age and weight is the most important. Number 3 is the treatment plan C. It's also on the basis of the age and weight. Infant under the 12 months, first give the 30 milliliter per kilogram in the first 1 hour, and older in the first given in the 30 ml per kg in the 30 minutes. They gave the 70 ml per kilogram in the 5 hours and the 2.5 hours in the older. Other one is the Resomals oral rehydration salt or the ORS for the severely malnourished children is a use in the patients centers for the treatment of the children with the severe acute malnutrition. We are saying in the abbreviation is a SAM, and contain a mixture of the salt and the minerals especially designed to the correct the deficiency of the potassium, magnesium, zinc and the copper and to the address high level of the sodium in the children with the same. Sign of the improved hydration status is the overhydration should be checked every half hour for the first 2 hours, then on the basis of the awardly. What is different between the Resomals versus the ORS? Resomals has a large beneficial effect on the potassium status compared with the standard ORS. However, the Resomals therapy may reuse in the symptomatic hypothermia and the seizures in the patients with the severe diarrhea. Zinc supplement benefits children with the diarrhea because it is a vital macronutrients essential for the protein synthesis, cell growth, and the differentiations, immune function, and the intestinal transport of the water and the electrolytes. Zinc is also important for the normal growth and the development of the children. Zinc is a deficiency associated with the increased risk of the gastrointestinal infections, adverse effect on the structure and the function of the gastrointestinal tract, and the impaired immune function. Dietary deficiency of the zinc is especially common in the low-income countries because of a low dietary intake of the zinc or the rich food. Feeding is the most important. In the infant, usual diet should be contained during their diarrhea, and food should never be withheld. In case of the breastfeeding child, breastfeeding should always be continued. When food is given, sufficient nutrients are usually absorbed to the support contain growing and the weight gain. Continue feeding also speed to the recovery of the normal intestinal function, including the ability to digest and absorb nutrients. Here is the chemotherapy system in which we give the different types of medicine on the basis of their severity or the disease of the diarrhea. Vitamin A and the diarrhea. What is the role of vitamin A in the diarrhea? Diarrhea reduces the absorption of the vitamin A. It is a problem when the diarrhea occurs during shortly after the measles or in the children who are already malnourished. And children with the diarrhea should be examined routinely for the corneal clouding and the conjunctival lesions. Oral vitamin A should be given at once and again the next day under 200,000 units per dose for the age 12 months to the 5 years. 100,000 units for the age of the 6 months to the 12 months and the 1,500 units for the age of less than this 6 months. Mothers should be also taught routinely to give their children food rich in the carotene like a yellow or the orange fruit or the vegetables and the dark green leafy vegetables. Key measures to the prevention from the acute viral disease, access to the safe drinking water, use of the improved sanitation, hand washing with the soap, exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of the life, good personal and the food hygiene, health education about the how infection is spread, and rotavirus vaccination is easily available in the market now, everywhere in the government setup also. So, if I have a need or complete the rotavirus vaccination to your child as per the criteria. Rotavirus vaccine should be considered as a priority, particularly in the countries with the high rotavirus gestational associated with the fatality rate, such as in South and the South Asian Asia and the Sub-Saharan Africa. The first oral rotavirus vaccine was the lesson in the USA. However, was withdrawn and 9 months after the introductions due to an increased risk of the suspections associated with the vaccine. There are some different ideas from the different community regarding the rotavirus, but this was a major setback in the efforts to reduce the global burden of the rotavirus disease. Recently developed rotavirus vaccine, which is made by the GSK and the Rotec, Merck, and the Rotrex company, pharmaceutical company, have been shown to be the safe and effective in the placebo controlled clinical trials, each of which including the more than 60,000 infants. Administration of the vaccine is a very simple, is like orally in a two-dose schedule at the time of the DPT and or penta. We are consider here and the penta 1 and the penta 2 contain with the interval of at least 4 weeks between the doses. Rotavirus vaccination can be administered similarly with the other vaccine in the infant as per the immunization schedule. Now days in the Pakistan also, rotavirus is included in the immunization schedule. Contraindications: severe allergic reaction may be possible in the anaphylaxis after the previous dose, and severe immunodeficiency, including the severe combined immunodeficiency. History of the in, intestinal malformations, chronic gastrointestinal disease, or may be possible the severe acute illness, or ongoing acute gastrointestinal gastritis, or may be possible fever with the moderate to the severe illness. This is, thank you very much. This is all about the food poisoning and the acute diarrheal disease. If someone have a need of any other correction or any questions or any need after any like a PPT, I am appreciate to you all people to give the time on the online system and get the proper classes by you peoples, and also my team of the IT department. There's a major role by the IT department here to conduct the classes on the online basis. So thank you very much to you all peoples, and good afternoon.